I'm here to seek 40 million equity investment for a 2% stake.
I'm here seeking a 20 million Naira investment for an 8% stake.
I'm here to ask for the sum of 20 million Naira in exchange for 25% equity.
100 million in exchange for 10% equity of the business.
Wow, guys, there's so much to talk about in this Lions Den. I think it's one very epic show that a lot of entrepreneurs need to know about. Like, seriously, guys, in the very first episode of the Lions Den, I saw 140 million Naira, like, deal get signed and sealed and delivered right there. I mean, it is huge. If you don't know the Lions Den, guys, I'm going to be talking about this reality show. It has a lot of offer. It has a lot of lessons learned. And I think if you're a business owner, you need to stay locked to understanding the dynamics of what investors are looking for in your business and how you can actually learn from what is happening to those real business owners to put into your business. Guys, if you're coming into my channel for the very first time, thank you so much. My name is Julie. I do reviews on reality shows. And of course, guys, if you're new, please take a minute to hit on the red subscribe button to be a part of this channel. And don't forget to turn on post notification so that you always get alerts of my video every time I share new content. And of course, if the content in this video you find it very pleasing, please don't hesitate to give this video a big thumbs up so that this channel will get more visible. With that said, let's talk about everything that went down in the Lions Den on the very first episode. Now, my apologies, because this review is actually coming in a bit late. I got to know about this reality show a bit late. I just caught up on it because I was doing research. There is really no loud media marketing on it, and basically forgive me for that. Anyways, I'm taking my time, so I'm going to be doing it bit by bit, but I would make sure that I talk about every single episode, the lessons learned, the deals done, why the deals were sealed, and why the deals were not sealed if possible. So the very first person we saw in the episode 1 was somebody called OKSA. He is the founder, owner of Power Stone Energy, and he kind of does a lot of things with his stone technology, you know, like stone without, cooking made easy, cooking made traditionally in a very digital manner. So his cooking stove has some solar power. He's done a lot of things. He's worked with a lot of big brands. I mean, after his presentation, it was legit. There was legit confidence. There was a smile. That smile from Mrs. Adenike's face was a good proof, was a profound proof to state that they were kind of impressed with his presentation. So this guy has literally gotten $5 million from investments in his business before. He's a big name. He has factories. He has a business running already. And so with this, it gave a big idea of the kind of business owners who are coming in are people who are really ready. And I think if you have a ready business, you know what you're doing in the business, the chances of you getting a big deal done, signed, sealed, delivered is very, very high. So OK pitched, and at the end of his pitch, he was asking for 40 million Naira investment from the Lions for a 2% equity share. Guys, that was when the questions and answers come in. You know, after every entrepreneur pitches, there's a question and answer session where the Lions get to ask questions to know more about the business. It could be negotiating on the equity share, but generally it's all about knowing the business before they agree whether they want to invest or not. So a lot of bombing questions, hot questions came at him, and I was really impressed with the way SC was actually responding to these questions. He did a very good job. But there was this question.
So amazing diversity. I think you have a real business here. You're looking for 40 million Naira, not 400 million Naira. I mean, I would have thought you'd have just gone to a bank, kept your equity, and scaled this business.
I actually agree with Paul. You've been able to build this business, and you've had $1 million, and now you're looking for 40 million Naira.
If you've gotten so much money from your business, I mean, why are you here? You've gotten $5 million from your business. You have investors outside Nigeria. Why are you here? Why do you need 40 million? So I think with that, I'm not convinced that OK was coming in. I don't know, but I think he felt intimidated, if you ask me. Afterwards, you know, Mrs. Adenike came in, also throwing some questions here and there. You know, at the end of the day, it looked like the deal was not going to seal, but eventually, Kiara...
What you have is valuable, but it is not, it has potential to become valuable.
I think I like the way he comes in and does a lot of things. So at the end of the day, he decided to give give SA
I'll offer you half the money for 20%, which means the other half, if any lion would join in, then you
Kiara
have it.
offered 20 million naira. But one of the beautiful parts was that Bolaji was able to understand SA's company's unique selling points, and then from his business that they should put more energy in it. At the end of the day, Kiara came in and offered 20 million naira with, of course, I think a 20% equity share. And then afterwards, another lion decided to come in. Bolaji also decided to come in. And Bolaji also offered 20 million for 20%. Guys, it was a very sweet deal. At the end of the day, he had another offer. And basically, of course, he was thrown off balance. He needed to just think it through. He took a minute. Now, there's something about when you get an offer from these lions, because OK came in asking for 40 million for 2%, but unfortunately, the percentage, these investors wanted it to be worth their while. They wanted money too, because they were in the business of helping people to also make money for themselves, because they were investors. And basically, you guys know the cash flow quadrant. We have the ESBI, employed, self-employed, the business owner, and the investor. Guys, these are like the 4 kinds of people, and these guys are in the last quadrant. They are the big shots, right? So they really want to go into a business that is going to make them profitable. Like, they don't want to go into the digits out of pity or something. So basically, it was like we're going for more or nothing, and eventually ended in 40 million naira for 40% equity share. So at the end of the day, 3 lions joined SA's business brand. That was a Siel deal. That was the very first contestants that came in to episode 1, and it was so mind-blowing to watch the conversation go in back to forth. Like, there was so much lessons to learn from that particular episode. Afterwards, Bukola came in from Scentify and was asking for 20 million naira with an equity of 8%. And of course, questions were thrown in from back to back. The questions, at the end of the day, she kind of complicated herself, because there was a statement she made about getting supplies from a particular set of people, like that all the people who were into the businesses with her buys from a particular supplier. And then at the end of the day, she kind of twisted everything she was saying. Her margins didn't look like it was really, really correct. And the lions had a problem generally with everything that she had said. Unfortunately, she didn't get a deal, because they just noticed that there were some loopholes. And of course, at the end of the day, they were not able to see something that was showing that the business was scalable or investable. So the reasons the lions gave for not investing in her business was that it was not investable. They didn't see the margins right, and I think she didn't nail her presentation properly. I felt like she would have had a very great opportunity to get confirmed investment if she had been very, very coherent with what she was saying. Basically, I think that's just my thoughts on it. Now, the 3rd person who came into the den is this guy Siel, the company Siel, and he presented the hand washing machine that helps people. I think the invention came in from the COVID-19 pandemic, and then he showed how the machine works and everything. Hey guys, at the end of the day, it really sounded nice. I mean, the cost of production for his machine was 130, and he was asking for quite a reasonable sum. He was asking for 20 million for 25% equity share. And at the end of the day, I think the lions could not understand his real audience, because he asked him who would be able to buy this, and he said hospitals. And the question is, which hospital will want to buy this? And most of the hospitals probably have running water. Anyway, I think I have a lot to say about Siel's presentation. I think one of the reasons why his product, because I mean, everybody applauded him for being the next lookalike Elon, Tesla rather. I mean, Dan gave him like some inspirational words, telling him that even though they didn't find his business investable, that because he said he had made just 200,000 from the business, and I know he was excited. I mean, creating something, inventions are something that are really big deals, but it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of conviction, because not everybody would really agree that you're making such money. At the end of the day, none of the lions were willing to invest in his business. but there were some kind of there were some loopholes the Lions saw in his business. He felt like they wouldn't be able to make money. In fact, at the point when Bolaji was asking of his story, and he said he also did like a taxi business, I really felt so bad for him. But I think maybe if he had been able to present a product that was not looking ugly, like Dan, Wanibe had actually mentioned. I mean, somebody said something about his product looking very ugly, and I felt maybe if he had taken his time to finish the product, make it more sophisticated, maybe that would have been a reason for the Lions to invest in his business. Anyways, after that, the last person who came in was Michelle from 989. And it's a co-working space. She's into designing co-working offices and everything. She pitched, she was very, very audible, confident. She had all the facts right. And guys, there was something also very interesting about her session, because during the question and answer session, she was asked a question about what the ownership, the rates, the equity share was all about, in her team. And she said she'd rather not see that on over, because this is a TV broadcast and people would definitely get this kind of sensitive information. Earlier, there was a video I made earlier talking about the things that you should know about the rules of engagement in the Lions Den. And sometimes some questions might be too personal or too business-like or too sensitive for you to respond. You have a right to not respond to it. But sometimes it kind of jeopardizes your chances of getting more investors, because at the end of the day, when she pitched, some people still didn't find it, even though Bolaji came to her rescue by understanding that she needed not to share some of this information out there. Mr. Dan took it a bit personal, which was one of the reasons why he said at the end of the day that he wouldn't even invest. But anyways, Michelle was able to secure a deal, 100 million Naira deal for her co-working office. Kiara actually made a very interesting statement. He said he would have loved to invest in her business, but because he was already doing something similar, that he wouldn't invest in her business. And there was also another reason from the Lion. The Lion was, okay, he already knew her before now, and so he was not willing to invest. And so at the end of the day, guys, Bolaji, he actually did a big one. He decided to invest in Michelle's business, and Michelle came in looking for 100 million Naira deal for a 10% equity share, which of course, like I know the Lions, they would never agree to a small equity share. They always want the Lions share. They always want something big and reasonable from 20. I don't know, but I kind of noticed from the episodes I've been watching that they kind of want their margins, right? Anyway, at the end of the day, Michelle was able to secure, bag a deal. Anyways, at the end of the day, I think Adenike really liked, Mrs. Adenike really liked the business, and I think she like when she said hi when she was talking to Michelle, that was when I knew, like, okay, she has an interest in the business. Anyway, at the end of the day, Bolaji and Adenike invested 50 million Naira each, making it 100 million for a 26% equity share, guys, in her business, 8989 working space. And there is a lot to learn from this reality show. Looking at the episode 1 of the Lions Den, it is very, very glaring that some businesses will scale through, some will not scale through. And one of the major reasons why these Lions do not invest is when they look at the business and they say it's not investable. Sometimes they look at it like you're not selling a lot of product. Sometimes they look at it like, okay, maybe your product doesn't look interesting or sophisticated enough. Because looking at the first episode, we could tell from calling the product ugly that they wanted an attractive product that would be attractive to consumers, of course. So, I mean, if you ask me, the take home for the Lions Den episode 1 is that you must know your facts and figures. You must have been able to get your work done. You must know your numbers. And one of the things, because I noticed that the numbers are one of the most repeated questions. They have to ask you your profit margin, how much you made every year. Like simple questions like that are things I think people should understand in their businesses if you ever are looking for. I mean, there's a lot to learn from this reality show. Anyways, the episode 1 of the Lions Den ended with two business owners not getting a deal and 2 business owners going home a lot richer than they came. 140 million Naira was invested in 2 businesses, Power Stove Energy and 989. I mean, there are so many mind-blowing lessons to learn from this reality show. Guys, they always, you know, people have in the past given us definitions. In fact, when you type in your Google right now and you're trying to look for the definition of what is a reality show, you're going to get the random definition of a reality show. They say reality show is a program that is filmed to entertain people. Guys, that is just the generic definition of a reality show. Right now, I think I have a better meaning and understanding of what a reality show actually is. I think a reality show is a program that is filmed to entertain or educate, to engage or empower people. Because generally, I think if any of those 4 E's can apply to any reality show, it is still a great. I think The Lion's Den is a show every entrepreneur should stay tuned to. I'm gonna see you all in another episode of The Lion's Dens, guys. For now, thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Thank you for your watch time. I'm gonna see you all in another video.